Good morning and welcome to Gunner Shot. At the outset, I must say that all is well on the Western Front. Things are going okay. We are in battle. Fine. But today I'm going to do something slightly different. I'm going to assess what's the mood in Pakistan. It's always important to understand what the psychology of your adversary is and what he's thinking and how it is, because only then you can understand how to apply yourself. And I'm sure the armed forces are doing it. And I'll put this to them and put things. And I'm also sure that you've seen what the material which I'm going to bring up to you is something which you've seen. It's just that I've collated it, put some sense into it, we could talk of it. At the outset, the mood is very familiar. See that chap? He was a Pakistani. And that was his mood when Pakistan dropped the catch against India. Everyone knew about it. And he's also got the same mood today. The average Pakistani of his army, whom I put in the foreground. Buka Nanga with a gun. This thumbnail is symbolic of the situation in Pakistan. The chap in the front is aggressive, thinks he can fight, can't fight. The chap in the background is the armed Pakistani who's exasperated. And that is the mood of the nation. If you have a mood of the nation, Paul, I think India today, whoever does it should go there and do that. Okay. Having said that, let's dive into it. It's going to be a small affair, a short one. Yesterday's operations, the Harop operations, right? Classic. Look, Harops are vintage equipment. They're of the 90s, old, but still they outsmarted all the modern equipment. That is war. No equipment is outdated. Every equipment is as good or as modern as it is applied. And it was applied with great effect yesterday. And it is the anti-radiation, version, which has, I think, crippled the Pakistani air defense infrastructure, their communications and all that. But more importantly, it has crippled Pakistan mentally. That is the more important thing. Right? This is from CNN. You see the effect what this chap talks. And he's speaking from Islamabad and Pakistan. And this was of yesterday.
Drones and this rolling drone attack that began about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning and has gone on through the day. One landed in Rawalpindi, about 10 miles from here. A lot of destruction around the main cricket stadium there. It's really rattling people here in Pakistan. And it's not really what the government, I think, was expecting. The drones have hit in Karachi in the south. In the deep south, somebody in the fields there was killed by a drone. 4 military personnel in Lahore, city of 13 million people, 13 miles from the border with India. 4 military personnel there injured when one of those drones got through. So you have strikes in the deep south, in the heartland in the middle, here in the north. It's that sense of unease now is creeping into the population that this is not the normal form of tit for tat. This is sort of beginning to be rolling conflict. And you have to add to that, Pakistan still hasn't done what it said it would do and have those revenge attacks for the Wednesday attacks.
India confirmed its target.
So the nation is rattled, shocked, and surprised. Right. Now, there's a question by Chillax. Is this a recorded premiere or a live show? It's a live show. So you can ask your questions. And I've just picked up what's happened yesterday. It's some kind of a recap also. Right? This is being reported from all over. But you see the repercussions of this. This is just a report, CNN, which is almost anti-India, leftist. Right? And they are saying this. Very clearly, the mood of the nation in Pakistan is not great. Okay, we know there were a set of attacks late after this yesterday evening. The impact of that, how we did it, all that, I will put across after the normal press release comes out from the government of India. But we know that places like Jaisalmer, Jammu, all these places were attacked and they were repulsed, and that's what the IDS has also put out. Patankot, all these were attacked yesterday, and we also carried out counter strikes. We know that. This is something I'm not going to go into in detail. Evening, join me in the evening. In fact, join me at 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock, I'm going to do a show with General Narayanan and Sanjay Dixit. It will be a joint show between uh, Jaipur Dialogues and Gunner Shot. 12 o'clock. But then this is what happened. But this is the thing which I wanted today put across, the psychology. And this lady is Imran Khan's cousin. See what she says.
मीडिया पे जरा देखें तो सही, क्योंकि आपको शायद जंग का पता नहीं। मेरे हस्बैंड एयरफोर्स में थे, मेरे बहनोई भी एयरफोर्स में थे। ये जो क्लेम कर रहे हैं कि इन्होंने जहाज गिराए हैं, वो जो नवाज शरीफ की हुकूमत क्लेम कर रही है ना, तो यहाँ पे ड्रोन अंदर आ रहे हैं, मतलब इंडिया से अंदर पिंडी तक पहुंच रहे हैं। पिंडी तक पहुंचे कैसे?
Right? So very interesting. She says, यहाँ तो ड्रोन पे ड्रोन आ रहे हैं, यहाँ तक पहुंच गए, पिंडी तक पहुंचे कैसे? ओ भैया, चाइना का इक्विपमेंट है, वो तो आने देगा आपको। आपने तो चाइना का इक्विपमेंट खरीद लिया, पूरा टोपी लगा दिया चाइना वालों ने। ठीक है, ओके। फिर व्हाट इज द मूड ऑफ द पॉलिटिकल सिस्टम? This is, I'm going to show you 3 small clips of what has transpired within the Pakistan National Assembly. You would have seen it on Twitter. There's nothing new, but I put it together into some akar. So patiently listen to it. Okay.
कल मैं सुन रहा था CNN को, हमारा डिफेंस मिनिस्टर इंटरव्यू दे रहा था, तो इस तरह के इंटरव्यू तो मैंने जब सुना तो मैं हैरान हुआ कि एक एंकर उससे पूछती है कि आप कह रहे हैं कि पाकिस्तान ने 5 जहाज गिराए हैं, इसका कोई प्रूफ, कोई सबूत है? तो ये कहता है सोशल मीडिया। अफसोस की बात है, इस तरह का जवाब इसको देना चाहिए था।
अफसोस की बात है कि इस तरह का जवाब देना चाहिए था about their own defense minister. And that fellow is, we all know Asif Khwaja is only talking of social media, this thing. There's no proof so far what they have done. And the Chinese have gone to town. उनके शेयर भी बढ़ गए, वो अलग बात है। मैं I'll do an analysis about the Chinese equipment and their impact on this war tomorrow. Look at this guy. Same assembly sitting वो एक ही है, but
देखिए जिस तरफ हम जा रहे हैं, देखिए हम मोदी को अंडर एस्टिमेट कर रहे हैं। मोदी पे इस वक्त जंगी जुनून सवार है। मोदी हिटलर से कम नहीं है। आरएसएस,
तो he also says मोदी हिटलर से कम नहीं है, आरएसएस है, फेसिस्ट है, ये वो, but that's not important. See the last bit. See the last bit of this video. Listen to that.
से कम नहीं है। जहां गज़वा हिंद होके रहेगी, शायद गज़वा हिंद का टाइम है, तो हमें गज़वा हिंद के गाजी और शहीदों में शामिल होने के लिए उसी तरह खड़ा होना पड़ेगा। और उसके लिए जरूरी क्या है कि अपनी सफों को सीधा करें। इसके लिए जो फतेह,
See the mentality. They want गज़वा हिंद. ये होता क्या है गज़वा हिंद यार? मेरे को आज तक नहीं पता चला। भिखारियों को गज़वा हिंद क्या होता है?
कि कुछ लॉन्ग टर्म भी सोचना पड़ेगा। देखिए इंडिया लॉन्ग टर्म सोच रहा है। अगर वो इंडस वाटर ट्रीटी रिवोक कर रहा है, तो आज का नहीं सोच रहा, वो आपकी आने वाली नस्लों के पानी खत्म करने की बात कर रहा है।
So see what I've been telling. Indus water long term अपने अगले नस्लों के बात कर रहा है। बंद कर देंगे, ये बंद हो जाएगा। I am very sure. So again I get back to what I've been saying from the last podcast, hammer and anvil. That hammer and anvil. I would suggest to you, see my hammer and anvil podcast. The Indian Armed Forces today are the anvil. The actual hammer is the IWT, which is going to hit them from behind. The anvil is given today is the short term. The long term is Indus Water Treaty. The Pakistanis are not able to think of it. Why? Because the Indian Armed Forces, you know what they're doing? Okay. But there's another hammer I'm going to talk of later. We'll come to that.
अगर देखें
ये तो, you see this man, he's an ex-army officer, member of National Assembly. He cries. He's crying.
जब भी गई है तो गोल्ड मेडल लेके आई है एक्सरसाइज में मिलकर। तो इसलिए जनाब स्पीकर ये बात वाजा कर देनी चाहिए, हमारी कौम यकजा है। मैं इन सब से कहूंगा कि मिल के चलो और अपने रब से रजू करो। ऐ रब काबा, हम तेरे आगे दरख्वास्त करते हैं, इस मुल्क की हिफाजत फरमा लो जो तूने हमें अता किया है। और
See that? He is an ex-army officer, a member of National Assembly, and he's crying. Desperation. They know that. Okay.
जब भी गई है तो गोल्ड मेडल लेके आई है एक्सरसाइज। आपने कायदे आजम को इंग्लैंड में मुलाकात की, ख्वाब में आए और उनको कहा कि जाओ वापस और जाके पाकिस्तान का मामला हल करो। आप इरफान कनात को ख्वाब में आके ये हुक्म दिया कि तुमने पाकिस्तान की सेना है, ये मुल्क बन के रहेगा और तुमने तो ये ऐसा बड़ा मुआजिजा है कि अल्लाह पाक ने ये हमें अता किया है और अल्लाह पाक इस मुल्क की हिफाजत फरमाएंगे। दुनिया में जहां भी देखें शायद हमारी कमी है, हम मजबूर हैं, हम गुनाहगार हैं, लेकिन रब काबा हम तेरे हबीब के उम्मती हैं।
देखा हालत क्या हो गया एक ही दिन में, 48 hours में. The psychological battle is more important. It's not the physical. I remember either it was Germany or Clausewitz who says the moral to the physical is 10:1. That is what today you have gained, 10:1. And that will, I can bet my bottom dollar. I believe in looking long term. This 10:1 is going to transfer on to the Chinese. Take it, and I'm going to look. I said I'm going to analyze the Chinese angle side by side, and tomorrow we'll do that. And look at this fellow. You hear him. I mean, this is the first time I saw this clip, and I'm going to do a character sketch of this Joker. But that's later. But at this point of time, I'm going to start that with this. Have a look at it. Have a hear it.
रियासत की जंग लड़ रहे हो, अल्लाह तुम लोगों के साथ है, ठीक है, क्योंकि तुम लोग अल्लाह की जंग लड़ रहे हो, उसके साथ नहीं है, क्योंकि अल्लाह ने हुक्म दिया हुआ है। ये मौलवी साहब खड़े हैं, इनको पता होगा। इन्नमा जज़ाउल लज़ीना युहारिबून अल्लाह व रसूलहु व यसअऊन फिल अर्दि फसादन अन युक़तलू, आगे क्या है, औ युसल्लबू औ तुक़त्ता अयदीहिम व अर्जुलुहुम मिन ख़िलाफिन औ युनफ़ऊ मिन अल-अर्ज़। आपने ये सारे काम किए हैं।
Just think, he says you are fighting the war of Allah. You are not normal. And this fellow, as a chief of army staff, he can only go and quote Quran to people. And you look at all those people, he keeps quoting Quran and he's fighting that holy war. Jihadist, Islamist, whatever you call him.
तुम्हें पता होना चाहिए, अल्लाह ने हुक्म दिया है कि जो अल्लाह और उसके रसूल से लड़ाई करता है और जमीन पर फसाद करता है, साथ ही उसको ये भी पता होना चाहिए ज़ालिका ख़िज़्युन फ़िल हयात दुनिया, यही है ना, और आखिरत में ये दुनिया में सजा है, उसकी आखिरत में और मिलेगी। ठीक है, ये है आपका कानून, ये है अल्लाह का कानून। और
This fellow talks only of Allah का कानून। ठीक है, अल्लाह का कानून के बारे में बात करो, अल्लाह की लड़ाई लड़ो, आप देश के लिए मत लड़ो, अल्लाह के लिए लड़ो, हमें कोई इतराज नहीं है। We have no problem. But what do your people think? I mean, that's the way they want to fight, that's the way they want to think. Please go ahead. I have no problem with them. I have no problem. But look at this fellow. This chap, these two clips you must hear.
अच्छा जी, अभी सिचुएशन हो गई है कि थोड़ा सा पैनिक मच गया।
पैनिक मच गया।
आई एम स्टिल एट द नीलम जेवर पावर प्लांट। यहाँ से लोगों को जो है ना निकाला जा रहा है और बंकर में डाल रहे हैं। वी आर गोइंग इनसाइड अ बंकर व्हिच हैज बीन स्पेशली क्रिएटेड बाय वापडा। अच्छा जी, अभी
See the panic in his eyes. See this? He's scared. This is the reaction of the armed Pakistani. He's not only exasperated, he's scared. Look at this guy.
So Pakistan tried to engage many of the Indian military targets in the nearby states, adjoining states of India, and all those attempts were foiled by Indian military. Plus, India also neutralized the air defense system of Lahore, and we all know that Lahore is the heart.
सिचुएशन हो गई है कि
tried to engage many of the Indian military targets in the nearby states, adjoining states of India, and all those attempts were foiled by Indian military. Plus, India also neutralized the air defense system of Lahore, and we all know that Lahore is the heart, you can say, of Pakistan. So now the heart is open and exposed without those air defense systems. So Pakistan should now understand that any misadventure may lead to a heart attack of Pakistan.
Dekha?
So Pakistan tried
Yeah.
to engage.
Sorry. Let me go back. So what is he says? Lahore is the heart of Pakistan, and the Pakistan heart is exposed without air defense. And any time Pakistan can have a heart attack. This is the view of the common people. Look, that's why I've said I've got a cross section today. A chap on the street. Here is the next guy who's got fear in his eyes, who's in Neelam Jhelum Valley, just across the LOC. He would be fearful because he's the Neelam Jhelum Valley, at many places you can see it, or the project. And then I've taken you to the Pakistan National Assembly, and I've taken you to a political opposition political view. Across the board, fear. I could get you 100 more videos like this. Fear, panic. That is Pakistan state. It's gone beyond. The chap, that one I showed in the thumbnail, exasperated at dropping a catch. This is not dropping a catch. Pakistan has caught the catch. Unfortunately, that catch is a grenade, which is going to burst any time in their face. पकड़ लिया grenade, time नहीं है उसको छोड़ने के लिए. And this is a very, very important, tweet I saw. This is both in, I translated it. Whoever has written it, I mean, you can have a look at it. I'll expand it and then read it out also. Okay. What he says in this, what he's read, the important question is whether the residences of Jaish Mohammed, Lashkar Taiba, Hizbul Mujahideen established in Punjab should be considered military installations or the collective assets of their country for which all people need to fight. This is a very important question. These people are the assets of the state for which the common Pakistani has to now pay a price. This is a question which the common Pakistani must have asked of his state long back. But they are asking now. No, it's never too late. Okay. Is protecting them the responsibility of the whole country, and destroying the whole country behind them is the future of Pakistan? It's happening. This poor man is saying, is this my future for these rascals? Okay. Will the story of Palestine and Hamas be repeated here too? Unfortunately, it will be repeated. It is being repeated. Look, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but I don't see India caving in. I mean, being a very, very, very neutral thinking. But I can see what's happening in Pakistan. Okay. Are these madrasas of terrorists, which have been internationally declared as nurseries of terrorists or total assets? Unfortunately, that is it. The assets which Pakistan has, only these madrasas and terrorists. Just think, in the funeral procession of all those terrorists, you saw the Pakistan army, half who's who of Pakistan army is standing. So what is the difference between the Pakistan army and those terrorists? And this the world is seeing, and the world will thank us for what we are doing. That's already there, and I'll get to it. How long will the owners continue to ruin the whole country behind these assets? Is the war on terrorism not a global war? Perhaps Voltaire had said, forget peace as long as there's a single extremist in the world. The single extremist in this world is the Chief of Army Staff, Asim Munir. Is there any difference between what this fellows you heard and what tomorrow this Jaish-e-Mohammed chap or that elite chap will say in his masjids? That's the point. And of course, there is news. I don't know whether it's right or not that the Chief of General Staff, Shamsher Ahmad Mirza, has taken over and all that, but it might be fake. But surely when these things come out, there is dissent within Pakistan. One doesn't know whether he's taken over, coup, the chap has been deposed. Yes, sir, during the day it will clear off. But there is problem. This is more interesting. This is a today morning's tweet by this chap Habib Khan. He says Islamabad airport is overwhelmed as wealthy families and military elites scramble to flee Pakistan amid rising chaos and fears of further escalation. जब जहाज डूबता है, कौन बाहर जाता है? कौन चूहे कूदते हैं? When a ship sinks, the rats flee. This is what is happening. Who are the rats who are fleeing? The elites, the military elites, and the wealthy people of Pakistan. Now I'll switch gears. This is Daniel Pearl. Okay, Daniel Pearl was, this is the final, almost the final thing. He was beheaded by this chap Omar Saeed sometime back. I will not go into the dates and all, that's irrelevant. And he was beheaded on live, on video. Live. Like I'm doing live, he was beheaded live. And it was shown all over the world. No one could do anything about it. No one. Later, the Pakistanis caught this fellow. They tried him. They arrested him. But intentionally in that whole case, they arrested him and tried him and sentenced him and all that, based on American pressure. Now, based on that whole story, the sentencing and all was done. But the Pakistanis very well knowingly made a few flaws in the case. So he appealed against those flaws in that case. And he walked free. He walked free. Okay, who was the mastermind behind all this? Ahmad Rauf Azhar. Who was Ahmad Rauf Azhar? He's Saeed, that bugger, that joker. Azhar Masood's brother. What did Asad Rauf do? He masterminded the 814 attack, hijack. And he laid terms for this, whole thing. And he's the one who got Omar Saeed to kill Daniel Pearl. Today, there are a lot of people who are thanking. Here, this is one which I've shown up here. This is a tweet by Zalmay Khalilzad. Zalmay Khalilzad was a special representative of USA to Afghanistan and Pakistan. He's thanking India for having done. And there's so many Jews who will thank you. There's so many Americans who will thank you. This is the goodwill which India has got by knocking that Asad Rauf off, or that chap's brother. And I think this is something we should go public. I've done it in my small way. But I think India should put it out. We will gain, backing internationally. By now we should be blowing it up all over the country. But then I don't run the country. I can only say what I feel. And this is the second hammer which I'm talking of. I told you, the first hammer is the Indus Water Treaty. This is the second hammer. If today we are using the short-term annual, the armed forces, this is the medium term. What is this? This is the flag of Balochistan. This is the flag of Balochistan which is being now put up everywhere. And if you think it's only Indian army which is hitting Pakistan army, no. No. See this. See these tweets. Go to this chap called Bahut Baluch. Bahut has come to my channel and he's spoken. In the past 4-5 days, every day, there's an attack on Pakistan army. And it is not here only, in many other places. Right? So the point is that there is something happening in Balochistan. It's not only in Balochistan, even in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. Even TTP has put out something. TTP has put out a statement against the Pakistan army for allowing India to get in and hit the terrorists. They have not spoken against India. There's a sentiment. This is a pressure cooker. Mike, it has to burst. That's the point. See, in this, he says the fourth attack on, and this was yesterday evening I took it out. Fourth attack on Pakistani forces in Quetta, Balochistan. I mean, I don't want to go into the details, but it's happening. There's something happening, and this is not coming out in media because Pakistan media has put a blanket on this. All this series of attacks. Bahut is, I know him. I mean, I'll see if I can get him in to speak to all of you to explain what's happening in Balochistan. So there's a question. This is a cartoon by Manoj Kuril, our own person. In fact, I'm grateful to Manoj Kuril. I acknowledge, I use a lot of his cartoons as my thumbnails and all that. I hope he sees it. Right? Because very imaginative. Look at it then. At that time, East Pakistan was the stick and we created Bangladesh. 71 gone. Ek haath kat gaya. Now the same guy is using terrorism. Should we use Balochistan? Should we use Balochistan? And I'm an advocate of that. I'm very clear. I've always been clear. People talk of weak Pakistan and a strong Pakistan, which is good. I always say no Pakistan is good. It's like saying good Taliban, bad Taliban. If no Pakistan is good, it's best Pakistan breaks and we deal with each state independently. Divide and rule. Now I'll put across something very interesting, which I think will come up. It will come up in debates, but I put it. Look, this is a tweet which has come out by Shubhangi Sharma. I don't know who she is. I just picked up the tweet. If a F-16 has been down, the $400 million deal with US to sustain F-16 is dead. No more spares, maintenance, and perhaps even sanctions. The total consequences will be major for Pakistan. The US restricts the use of F-16s against non-terror targets, particularly India. Let's see where it leans now. If we have shot a F-16, the way our media has claimed, I don't know whether we have done it or not. And if it comes out, and if we can prove it, and tell the US, I think there's going to be a major repercussion. Because these F-16s were given to Pakistan to fight terror and not against India. Okay? And if they have used it against India, it's a major breach. So I think this will have its own dynamics, but we'll wait. I'm not going to, at this point of time, I only highlighted this very major issue. I only hope a F-16 has gone down, as reported. And then, of course, this is from Rising Kashmir, right out of Srinagar. India destroys air defense system in Lahore. It warms my heart. that today in Kashmir, people are coming out with this. I did a program called Has Kashmir Turned the Corner? These are indications. And let me tell you, by the end of this, whatever other things happen or not, Kashmir would have turned. You know why? Today on the LOC, the Kashmiris, the villages are being targeted by Pakistanis. This is the first time which is happening in my entire, what I know about militancy and operations in this place. And like I told you yesterday, my unit was there. We lost a boy. I told that yesterday, but that's a different story. I was there during, Op Vijay also in that same area. But that's also a different story. The story is when militancy was at its peak, they would be firing between our, posts, Pakistani and Indian posts, all that. The Pakistanis used to avoid keeping their terrorists in the villages. They used to have different bases. But when they crossed over, they used to come and take shelter in the villages this side. Okay. So they had to keep villages and the people of Kashmir on their good books. So for a long period, they never did anything against the people of Kashmir, especially in the village belt. Yeah, they would do other things. They would go loot them. They would go and, ask for women and all that, shelter, this, all that. But they would never ever fire on them. They're doing that. These two things give me hope. Great hope. Right. And today, this is the end of my talk. I do hope you people have liked it. If you liked it, do press the like button. If you have, your first time in Gunner Shot, do subscribe to Gunner Shot. I would also request you to consider joining me as a member. And I'm going to keep at it. Normally, I don't do so many videos. I don't do so many shows, but I'll do it now. This is a time when we have to stand up and someone has to explain to all of you what's happening. Right? I'll do it even if I have to do 3 shows, I'll do. And in any case, today I'm going to do that 12 o'clock, and because my normal 8 o'clock show will go. And tomorrow I'll talk of the Chinese equipment and all that if I get time to put together. Otherwise, I'll do it sometime. I'll do it. I think all of us as Indians should know where India stands, where Pakistan stands, and China stands. I'm very sure there'll be trolls from Pakistan and China and all that. It's okay. Chalne do usko. Last thing. A lot of you have put a lot of your emotions, I can see your questions and all that. I might not be able to take it, even if you're my member. My apologies for that. And my request to all members is every member who's been with me right from day one, thanks a lot for being a member with me. Because like I always say, if you're going to be a member, you're going to contribute to, girls who cannot afford their own education. It's not for me. I'm going to make a special appeal. This special appeal is, day before yesterday, one of my boys on the LOC lost his life due to Pakistani army shelling when he was firing. Okay. And Naik Dinesh Kumar, 5 Field Regiment. I've tweeted about it. I commanded this regiment in war, very emotional. But I would consider those of you who want to contribute to his family, especially, please contribute. You go to the description, you'll see my mobile number. GPay, you can pay. I'll be very grateful to you. Those of you who are from abroad who want to make a payment, I will, please, I'll give you a thing, you pay into that. And when you make that payment for Dinesh, put it down for Dinesh Kumar, so that whatever you give for that, I will send it to him and his family. I'll be grateful if you are generous about it, right? Of course, I will do what I have to do, but that's a different story. With this, thanks a lot. I'll take a few questions and acknowledge what all you've done. AKU, yeah, let me take the thing. I think we should defend India once and for all. This is a very dangerous. I have no doubt. I've been saying this. There's no doubt at all. Media hype says S-400 has been useful. It would be too expensive to use against small drones by Pak. Has it been used along with other means of air defense? Definitely. We've got a lot of other things. We've got handheld air defense. You've got L-70s, which are old but upgraded. You got zoos. You have so many things. Strellas, so many. You have a lot. Don't worry. The strength of India is now coming out. Just don't worry. That's what I keep saying. Don't worry. Okay. Thanks. Let us remember the Giant. Thanks a lot. I'll send this to Dinesh. But my request to everyone who wants to contribute, don't give it through YouTube. Put it on my mobile, but put a remark for Dinesh, and I'll send it to him directly. Okay. Let me see any questions. I say, yeah. Srinivas, why are the Chinese silent? If Pakistan breaks, can China hold on to Shaksgam Valley and Aksai Chin? We'll talk of it as we go along, but it's too early to talk about it, Srinivas. My own view is it can't. I explained to you why, but let's see how this whole story ends. But there's going to be a major shift in this area after this. That much I know. But let's now focus for the present. That's why I said I will talk about the Chinese weapons and Chinese things and all tomorrow, so that our mental block that China is a strong nation militarily is also broken. We'll do that tomorrow. Yeah, what is this our government political party doing to us? They're encouraging public crush religious symbols on a country's flag, crush what? Look, I don't want to get involved with this. I can't control political people. I don't like that. I don't like to get religion as part of or talk unless it is professional dissection. So I have my views on it. This is a time where a lot of views will come out. I don't like it, but that's something which we have to bear with. Did we actually hit Karachi port? I don't think so. But let us see what comes out in the regular briefing. Like I said, I have not commented on operations today. That I'll do later, as and when we get actual stories. I'm not one of those kind who gives masala to you, right? And well, if someone is doing info war, so be it. Indians are so scared that Pakistan even hasn't responded. He has said, "Yeah, you are from Pakistan. I appreciate your sentiment that you come and said that we are scared. I'm glad, but don't look at me. Whether I'm scared or not is not important. Look at your own people. आपके खुद के बंदे जो है ना डरे हुए हैं, वो तो आपको दिखा दिया. Okay. Yeah, I was just 8 when Daniel Pearl thing happened, but still remember, really gruesome episode. I think the world should thank us for this. I have no doubt about it. Earlier, there were reports that China was behind the killing. If validated, is China not achieving its objective while we bleed? Should China not be held accountable for our misery? Look, there's no point in holding China accountable and all. You know how China is. We've been discussing this, Vish. So let's see how it goes. We'll analyze China separately. I will have to do a parallel thing on China. I mean, I'm not defocusing from China at all. Yeah, guys, upvote the video. Thanks, Sparkle Press. Where is Asim Munir? Has he made any statement as yet? I don't think so, John. He has not made a single statement so far. Everyone else has made a statement except him. Yeah, that was Napoleon, maybe. Yeah, okay. No, but I think it's Germany who said moral to the thing. Physical is 10:1, or whatever, something like that. Yeah, General साहब मजा नहीं आ रहा, न्यूक्लियर चलाओ. That's not the way to go about it. ये जो you're talking of life, जीवन. You and I are no one to take life out. We shouldn't talk about nuclear and all. Cherry Kolipara, good morning to you. Yeah, I want to ask what happened to Nal, India's kamikaze drone, which is superior version of Shahid 136 and should also be very cheap. We should be able to manage. Yeah, we are doing it. Don't worry at all. Yeah, the clear shows difference with last time. Nobody is asking for proof. Instead, they are uploading video. Yeah, I agree with you. That's not the thing. People are uploading, but actually the feelings are coming out. That's the more important thing. That's the more important thing, and that's what we need to do. Vijay Kumar says, "Sir, what about Turkish cargo planes landing in Pak? Seems Turkey is providing drones and arms." Yes, definitely. Definitely, we have to take care of Turkey in the long run. It's it's not going to be an easy thing. But then it's only Turkey and China we have to handle. The rest will all fall in line automatically. Don't worry. Thanks a lot, Prasad. So kind of you. Yeah. Thanks a lot, SR, for becoming a YouTube member. Sir, your opinion about JD Vaughan's current remarks. I wanted to do it in the afternoon, but I'll still do it. I think it's a very good remark. He says, I'm not going to interfere. What has he done? By saying we are not going to interfere, he's given a leeway to us to do what we want. And Pakistan, where does it go? Nowhere. That's the important thing. He's left Pakistan on its own. He's not going to interfere. China can't interfere. Where does Pakistan go? He doesn't have international support. Why is the Pakistani Shaikh so fixated on Kashmir and India? They do not have rational thinkers in their military. And how can we win the narrative war? Okay. They are not fixated on Kashmir. Let's be very clear. They're fixated on India, anti-India. And they're fixated on the fact that water. If something happens and they lose water, that's the end of the story for Pakistan. That's their major worry. Right? And they don't have rational thinkers in the army. This army is irrational. They've gone irrational because of the fact they've lost all wars. Pakistan is, I think it was Christian Fair who said, Pakistan is the only army which is the most professional army which has lost all its wars. Or not even one. Right. Now, as far as narrative war is concerned, yeah, we're not winning the narrative war. But at some level, which I made yesterday also, we have the power of truth. If you see the level of trust in what we are putting out officially is far more internationally than all the narratives which Pakistan and China are spewing out. Narratives have a way of self-defeating themselves if they're not based on some truth. If they're based on truth, narratives work. If they're not based on truth, they don't work. But having said that, I think we need to up our narrative war. Should the momentum carry on to liberate POK? We shouldn't think so far ahead. That's not our objective at this point of time. Don't get carried away. Controlled throttle is the thing. Okay. Yeah. 1800 people watching, only 93 lakhs likes. More likes, please. Yeah, please do that. I'll be grateful to Veena for this thing. Yeah. Namaskar, all viewers. Please click the like button, subscribe this YouTube channel, and share videos with you. Thanks a lot, Yogesh ji. Krishna Subramaniam, welcome as a YouTube member. Chaotic life. Do you know how many blasts we have seen in last 2 decades? It's probably more than you have seen. Probably. I'm not an expert on blasts. So if you have gone through this problem, I take it. Thanks a lot, Cricket Today, for having subscribed. Shock and awe by India. We're not interested in that shock and awe. We just do our job. Thanks a lot, Venki Ramachandran, for becoming a YouTube member. Why don't we escalate? Why are we depending on Paki to escalate? You know why? We don't need to. Let him do. You are a stronger nation. You are defending. He's a weaker nation. He's going on the offensive. He'll tire himself out and he'll break. And winning without fighting is more important than doing all this. He'll break. You're going to see a different Pakistan after this. Don't worry. Is it legal for India to take out Pak's power grid? If it has to be taken out, we'll take it out. Then everything is fair in love and war. Tire the opponent and out prolong. Yeah, that's the way to go forward. Thank you, sir. What's our exit strategy? Our exit strategy is that the Pakistan army completely changes its behavior. That's the time when we say, let's ramp down. We are in for a long haul. We are in for a long haul. This is not a short-term story. The military might be short-term story, but I think this will continue. What are the strategic objectives of Sindoor and how would both Indian political and military leadership make a success of it? Yeah, very well asked. The way I look at it, today the strategic objectives of Sindoor are to change the behavior of Pakistan as a nation. Change the behavior of Pakistan as a nation. In doing so, change the behavior of Pakistan army. What it takes. So that they never again attempt this without understanding the consequences of what they're doing. And I think both Indian polity and military have taken this step now, and we are doing it in a very restrained manner and a very responsible manner. And the whole world will be with us. They might not say so, but will be with us. Okay. Thanks a lot. Like I said, this is a short, podcast which I thought I'll share with all of you. Some of the thoughts which I had at night as I kept seeing, I collected this information. 12 o'clock, 3 hours from now, get back, right? And just for your information, I've stopped going to all channels. I mean, TV channels. A lot of people rang me up in the morning. I said no. So this is it. I'm going to be with you people through my channel or with one or two guys whom I know. Come and we'll talk professionally. I'll give you the best thing. I'm not going to give you masala. Thank you and have a great day. See you at 12 o'clock. Bye and Jai Hind.